K-Star family, and for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Nikki.Star of NikkiStar TV. I do comedic reviews of some of your favorite reality TV shows, and I also talk about pop culture hot topics that won't get me in trouble. Today we're going to talk about the latest episode of The Bachelorette. I think this is the last episode before Hometowns. I think this is the last episode before we get to Fantasy Suites. How the hell we got here, I have no idea. I don't see no connections. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this season. Let's not do dueling bachelorettes ever again. It's a no for me. So let's get into this episode. Michael Bublé, why did you come on this show? Why did you come on this show? So Jason, I think that's his name, but I call him Michael Bublé. We meet with his family. Gabby, I don't know how she's here with him, but she's feeling real strong about him. He's feeling real strong about her, but when he sits down with his family, he's just like, but I just can't see myself proposing at the end of this. Why are you here? Why are you here? I'm sorry, this show has been on longer than some of these contestants have been alive. You know what the show is at this point. If you do not think that you can propose to somebody in 8 weeks, if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't seem realistic, do not come on the show. Realistic people do not come on reality TV. Ain't nothing real about this. I don't know, like in the real world, this just would not make sense. It's not the real world, this is Bachelor Nation. We want to say a proposal. And if you do not think that you can do that, don't sign up. Don't answer the casting call. Don't go to the audition. There's a whole thing of, oh, I just don't see me doing this. Engagements mean something to me. Getting down on one knee and professing my love and proposing just does not seem realistic in 8 weeks. It's the Bachelorette, bro. What you thought you was on, the challenge? We want a proposal. If you can't do that, don't show up. Don't come to this audition. And it seems like next week he's gonna leave Gabby, and Gabby's gonna be doing all that crying. Oh my God, nobody loves me. Nobody wants me. Am I worthy of love? I'm not worthy of love. Like, why would he do this to me? Girl, you are in your 30s. You gotta get it together. You having as many breakdowns as the girl in his mid-20s. No. Not saying that you should have it together in your 30s, but I just feel like Gabby has a lot of breakdowns at her big age. Girl, can we talk about how Jason's mom, also known as Tommy Lee, can we talk about how she was so disappointed when Jason was just like, oh, I can't propose at the end of this? It appeared to me as if his mother was like a super fan. Like, this show was her favorite show, and she was so happy that her son was on it. So to be on camera on your favorite TV show and have your son embarrass you, baby, little Miss Motley Crue was not here for it. She was like, what? What are you saying? Jason, why would you do that? You know this is your mom's favorite show. Like, why would you come on here playing games? She was so upset. Like, I would have thought that she would have been like, you know what, son, I understand. But she was just like, why wouldn't you? She's such a great girl. What a time. It's not, I feel bad. I feel bad. Tommy Lee was not having it. Matthew Lawrence, also known as Zach. I hope that Rachel picks him. I hope that she picks him, because the way his family was acting, I was like, oh, they're gonna be heartbroken if this is not the guy. Like, the family was in on it. Like, they were all in. They were here for him and Rachel, but I think that Rachel is so stuck on Tino. Like, she's so stuck on Tino, sis, and I don't know why. If you're, we will get to Tyler. We will get to Tyler. If you're not gonna pick somebody great and amazing like Tyler, pick Zach. Why is Tino still in play? This lets me know that you are not ready for marriage, because what's happening is you are, is her brain fully developed? You thinking with your clam. Your clam be making real life important decisions when you're in your 20s. When you're in your 30s and 40s, you gotta shut that clam up and you gotta start thinking. You're not thinking yet. The clam is doing the talking. Shut her up for you being in a situation. Speaking of Zach, I was watching his whole family interaction with Rachel, and I was just like, I know that's not who I think it is. I know that's not who I think it is. His uncle is the TIK. The TIK. And he's still so hilarious. He's still so hilarious. Rachel, marry into that family. That's a good family. Any family where the TIK is the uncle is a family I would want to be a part of. Let's talk about Johnny Blanco Suave. Okay, because you can't tell Johnny that he is not fine. You cannot tell Johnny that he is not fine. Johnny just thinks he is the best thing that has ever happened to women. And you know what? I understand why he feels that way, because the way Gabby acts. Girl, how are you here with him? How are you here with Johnny? Anyway, we get to meet Johnny and his family, and all I want to say is there's more Johnnies. We meet Johnny's brother and his best friend, and my God, today, they have on the same, like, I don't know what it is. It's like white boy who grew up in the suburbs but listened to far too much hip hop. They got one foot in Black culture, but the rest of the body is still here, right? The rest of the body is still like, you know, private or suburban high school where the graduating class is like 4 people. But when he hops in that pickup truck, he blasting the hell out of Too Short. That's what I get. That's what I get. But they had on the same like attire. That t-shirt with the kind of fitted, kind of baggy jeans, those big boots or sneakers, and a silver cross chain. Like it was the same attire. I'm like, is every guy in this town a copy of each other? Anyway, we meet Johnny's family, and they're all really sweet, but I don't think Gabby's picking him. I think that he is not going to the fantasy suite. I just don't see her picking him. Honestly, Gabby, real talk sis, I don't see you picking anybody. I don't know who you have made a connection with. All of your dates, you do the same thing. Right, yeah, right, yeah, right, yeah, oh, sweet, yeah, right. There has not been anything like meaningful, sis. I think the biggest connection that you had was with Nate, who I think is going to be the Bachelor. Are y'all here for Nate and his texture and his kinky twist? Bang, being a Bachelor. I think this show needs to leave black leads alone. I'm sorry, y'all don't know how to do black leads. Y'all do not know how to do black leads. I think I need to leave it alone. I am very fine with this show not diversifying. We can diversify in the competitors, but the leads, we can just stay all white. Y'all don't know what y'all doing with the black community. When it comes to black leads, it is a mess. Unless y'all have somebody black producing those seasons, I mean an entire black production, I don't want it. I don't want it. I just thought about it. This might be why Gabby has a meltdown, another meltdown this season, because Johnny is getting cold feet as well. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I could propose. I just don't know if I'm there. Gabby, what happened, sis? This is why I said I don't think you had like any meaningful conversations or connections, because all of your men don't know if they could propose. Yikes! And I know that Nick Viles Tether, also known as Eric, him and them 3B curls, I don't see him proposing either, girl. I'm concerned. Oh my gosh. What is going to happen? Is Gabby not going to leave with a bachelor? Is she not going to leave with a fiance? Because Justin, what's his name? Justin? Jason? Is his name Jason? Jack? What's the host name? Cow? The host with the thick neck. Anyway, he was like, this has never happened before in Bachelor Nation history. And then like we cut to a scene, he's talking to Rachel. He's like, it's just going to be you. Gabby is not going to be here with you tonight. Does Gabby leave? Oh, Lord, I hope she leaves and goes to therapy, sis. You got to work through a lot before you could be a wife. You got to work through a lot. You got a lot of trauma, and that's okay. We all do. We all carry a little something. I want you to work through that first, because I feel like you're going to be great in the reality TV world. I really think you have a future in this, but I feel like before you pursue any more of this reality TV career, you have to have the right therapist to help you through it. Let's get to the hard part. Rachel dumps Tyler. You're thinking with your clam, but you know what? Your clam isn't jumping for Tyler. He's such a little cutie. You want that bad boy thing that Tino possesses. And what you're interpreting as bad boy is a bad attitude. That's what he got. He got a bad attitude and he get it from his father. We will get into it. But anyway, she dumps Tyler. And how I knew that she was going to dump Tyler before Tyler even got dumped was because when we went to go meet Tyler's friend, we didn't even meet his family. When we went to go meet Tyler's friends, all we saw was his friend running over and hugging him, and then we didn't see any more of the friend. I was like, oh, they're cutting him. They're not even going to bother to give us any kind of storyline concerning him or his friends or even his family. So he professes his love for Rachel, and Rachel is just like, oh, wait, before you go on, it's just so hard. I am not feeling you. My poor baby Tyler, he was so heartbroken. And it was even worse because he had to go home to his family who was like, oh, you know what? The Bachelorette, you are not right. Why you make that man go home to his family like he was bringing Rachel? The mother was like, where's Rachel? Oh my goodness, where's Rachel? You look so good. I'm like, oh, he got cut, mama. He got cut. Can I tell you, his mother is Jersey. That is Jersey right there. Put her on the billboard, okay? So he has to tell his family that, you know, Rachel is not interested in him and he had to move on. And it was just really, really sad because I like Tyler. I felt like he was really good for like the Bachelor Nation community. If I don't see him in paradise, he's absolutely the Bachelor. And I'm okay with that because he deserves a woman who knows him and sees his worth. Rachel, you messed up. You messed up, girl. Let's get into Gabby and Eric, another guy who is not going to propose. This is insane. This is insane. Do not do this again. Do not do this again. So, Gabby is talking about that she's so into Eric, and it's just like, yeah, I'm falling in love with you. How are you falling in love with this guy with zero personality? Sorry, Eric, also known as Nick Bowles Tether, he gets by on his looks and that 3B curl mullet. That's how he gets by. He don't gotta do nothing else but sit there and let you run your fingers through his natural curls. Speaking of natural curls, do y'all think he roller sets? Do y'all think he roller sets that mullet at night? I feel like he has to roller set that because that's a curl. That is a strong curl for a Caucasian. That's a real strong curl. I think he roller sets. I think he roller sets with some Cantu setting lotion. Anyway, we meet his family. His father is really, really sweet. We meet his grandparents and we see a different side of him. It's not much different than what he's been showing, but it was a little bit more of emotion and it was more or less geared towards his dad. So you know that they have a really, really close relationship, but I don't see, Gabby is not a husband. I don't see a husband in him. I don't see him proposing. I don't see a connection. I think this is going to be a real rough season for you. Yikes. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Michael Bublé, you better not take that woman to the fantasy suites. You, Johnny, and Eric better not take that woman to the fantasy suites. Because if y'all are not ready to propose to her, you should not be ready to put your penis in her. Oh my God, Gabby's not going to have a fantasy suite. And she did all that damn working out because mother is fit. Let me tell you something. Gabby is serving body, yaddy, yaddy. Is giving Olympian work. Let's talk about the scariest moment of the night. Rachel meets Tino's family. Rachel, how you told Tino that you still love him and want to pursue a relationship with him after meeting that scary father? Girl, you better than me. Not only is the father scary, rude, and unaware, he cussing out people online. He cussing out any and everybody who got something to say about him. So Rachel meets with Tino's family and Tino's father is not into it. He's like, how do you guys know? How? Like, what is this? What is this? What? Just real nasty. And I'm like, like father, like son. Like, Rachel, you have to see these things. This isn't his bloodline. You are not just going to meet his family to get them to like you. That's what women have to stop doing. Y'all have to stop getting into these relationships with men and thinking, you know, when you go meet his family, it's like, oh, I'm going to make sure the family likes me because we're together. No, you're going to check out his freaking bloodline to see if that's what you want to be a part of. You want to raise a kid that got the same attitude as his father and his grandpappy? I don't think so, girl. I don't think so. How are you not picking up these signs? I need your family to meet Tino's family. That's what I need, because I need your father to meet that father to be like, hell no. I don't want my daughter getting cussed out at Thanksgiving. The husband and the daddy double teaming on cussing out my child. Absolutely not. And the way Rachel cries at the drop of a dime, absolutely not. So Rachel meets with the father. He says, come on, let's have a talk, me and you. Girl, you better than me. I would grab my little Kurt Geiger rainbow purse and I would look at TT and say, baby, it's been real. Thank you so much for the experience, but this is a no for me. And sashay out of that place. But she sat there and let that father disrespect her. She was so broken down. She met with the producer and she was just like, I don't know. I don't think the dad likes me. He don't. Girl, he don't. I don't think he liked Tino the way he was talking to him. Rachel, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. I hope that your family, when they meet Tino, because the family know, I hope they let you know that ain't a husband. That guy is not for you. But I think you're going to pick him, and you know what? It's going to be great TV. Listen, that couple is going to give us a storyline after the show. So that's all I wanted to talk about. What did you think of this episode? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in another video for something else. Also, please make sure to follow my home channel, NikkiStar at Home. I do lifestyle, fashion, hair, food hauls, DIYs, home decor. I have a lot of fun stuff coming up for the fall, and I also do a lot of vlogs, travel vlogs, specifically LA, Atlanta, and New York City, but I also go to different places as well. If you're interested in that, or if you just want to see more of me, you can follow me there at NikkiStar at Home. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a blessed night, or day, or evening, or lunch, wherever you're at. Love you. Bye.